2025. From food aid for 8.3 juta keluarga to tax relief for tourism workers, plus a cash for work program and paid internship for fresh graduates. To keep pace, the 0.5% final income tax for micro and small entrepreneurs is extended for individual taxpayers until 2029. Stay with us for what this means in real life. The Medan City Council Special Committee on Smoke-Free Area below Perda KCR is delaying article-by-article talks on sanctions and will summon cigarette and vape businesses, advertisers, Abindo and enforcement bodies next week. The chair promises the draft will align with PV number 28/2024 and balance public health with local revenue. Here's what to expect. At the Medan Corruption Court on 15 September 2025, prosecutors served 18 months in prison for 3 defendants in the alleged unlawful control of PT KAI Aset on Jalan Sutomo, including Johan Ewan Dirangkuti, the son of a former Medan mayor, along with fines of 100 juta rupiah each for placement money demands for up to the accused. Verdict scheduling is pending. Good evening, I am Jessica Pionelli Sitorus. You've just heard the top headlines, now let's dive deeper. Stay with us here on What's Up Today, where we bring you to the story shaping Indonesia and the world. Jakarta has set a faster tempo for the economy aid fresh programs. One clear target: keep growth near 5% in 2025. Will keep the language simple and the numbers honest, so you can judge the impact on your own wallet. After this, we'll zoom into tax policy for UMKM because that 0.5% rate has sparked the loudest questions. First, here's the big picture behind the new stimulus push.
Building on that headline shift, the package has been announced at 16.23 trillion to backstop spending and jobs through the end of 2025. The measures include Bantuan Pangan 10 kg beras for 18.3 juta keluarga, removal of personal income tax for certain tourism workers, a cash for work program project to engage more than 600,000 people via small infrastructure project, paid internship for 20,000 fresh graduates, and premium discount for state work injury insurance, targeting ojek and truck drivers. Officials also flagged a large-scale replanting program from 2026 to revive community productivity and create jobs. The headline goal remain 2% for 2025, with the Finance Ministry saying that stimulus will not push the 2025 deficit above the 2.78% of PBD projection. Parallel to this measure, the government confirmed a crucial tax decision for UMKM. The 0.5% final PPh based on turnover stays in place for individual taxpayers until 2029, giving certainty after years of short extensions. The stimulus list, timing and sector targets were presented in Jakarta on 15 September 2025 by the coordinating minister for the economy, with details encoded across official and major outlets. From Jakarta, the Media Publikasi News team reporting for What's Up Today.
Think of the stimulus as a bridge they try to carry households and small firms over a soft patch without blowing the state budget. Food aid cushion prices, cash for work move money quickly into rural and urban pockets. Internship help new graduates avoid long job gaps, and tax relief keeps the tourism workforce alive in the fragile sector. For viewers running small businesses, the most immediate lever in policy certainty is your offset, which within UMKM limits. And you are an individual taxpayer, the 0.5% final PPH is confirmed until 2029, no more year-to-year suspense. That certainty helps with pressing cash flow and loan talks with banks. The open questions is execution, how fast aid lands, how fairly jobs are allocated, and whether regional government sends rules with the center. We will track the delivery because the credibility of any stimulus is in the rollout, not the press release. Big announcements are easy, smooth delivery is hard. We'll match with programs pay out first where the bottlenecks appear and what that means for your bills and business. Up next, we drill down that UMKM tax extension, who qualifies, who doesn't, and want to avoid when filing. Stay with us. Picking up from the stimulus headline, the tax piece many UMKM ask about is now settled, certainly until 2029. Let's keep it practical, who qualifies, what thresholds matter, and where people sleep on conclusions. Then we'll turn local to a Medan policy debate on smoke-free areas that will bring business owners to the table.
Following the 15 September 2025 briefing in Jakarta, Minister confirmed that the final income tax of 0.5% for UMKM remains available for individual taxpayer until 2029. The omset selling reference is 4.8 million rupiah per year. Officials framed the decision as a stability move, giving small entrepreneurs predictable costs will growth costs. Crucially, the extension is explicitly khusus wajib pajak orang pribadi. Companies are not covered by this prolongation under current wording. Tax practitioners point to three practical checks. Keep omset records clean to evidence eligibility, ensure correct filing periods under the final tax scheme, and watch for sector-specific incentives that might interact with the 0.5% rate. The signal is continuity, no overhaul, tying into the broader stimulus meant to protect jobs and purchasing power. Media and professional outlets disseminated the guidance through the day with follow-ups from policy desks and industry watchers. From Jakarta, the media publikasi news team reporting for What's Up Today.
For everyday viewers, if you run a small shop, freelance service, or online micro business as an individual, the extension means your final tax rate stays flat for 4 more years, helpful for pricing and planning. If does not mean skipping bookkeeping, omset proof still matters, especially if you seek bank credit or with scam letters. If your business is a PT or CP, do not assume the 0.5% extension applies. Check your status against the rules orang pribadi scope. Watch for follow on regulation to nail down administrative details, payment codes, quarterly versus monthly reporting, and any sector exemptions. When in doubt, consult the JCP service office or a certified tax consultant. A small mistake can cost more than the tax itself. Stability is a gift in COVID times, with rates fixed 2029 for individuals. The ball now moves to compliance and cash flow discipline. After the break, we head to Medan, where a smoke-free bylaw revision is calling in cigarette industry players and ad agencies for a frontal on public health and local revenue. Don't go anywhere. Right after the break, we'll be back with more updates. Stay tuned. Thanks for staying with us. You are watching What's Up Today. If you missed the start, you can always catch the full program on Films Medan YouTube channel. Let's continue with the news with a look at national levels, now to a local lure with touches daily life where you can smoke, advertise, or ride a cafe. The Medan KTR revision has reached the sensitive part, sanctions. To avoid a policy whiplash, the council wants more voices in the room before voting.
In Medan on 15 September 2025, the Pansus Perubahan Perda Kawasan Tanpa Rokok menunda pembahasan pasal sanksi dan menjadwalkan pemanggilan pelaku usaha rokok konvensional dan elektronik periklanan melalui Apindo, serta unsur penegakan seperti Satpol PP. The chair stated the bylaw must not exceed higher regulations, naming PP number 28 2024 as a ceiling for local profession. Recent committee sessions have reviewed clause by clause adjustment to Perda number 3 2014. With health and legal units present, the state goal is to make the rule forcible, and social acceptable, reducing pro and contra at rollout. For business, likely pressure points include outdoor advertising near school and health facilities, designated smoking area and penalties for repeat violence. For citizens, calorie on silence and complaint channel will matter as much as the fine amounts. And the Council Legal Information site notes ongoing harmonization step indicating the draft is still open to stakeholder input before finalizations. From Medan, the media publication news team reporting for What's Up Today.
If you operate a cafe, billboard space, or retail outlet in Medan, expect tighter rules around placement and enforcement, but also a chance to be heard before the vote. Line store layouts now with light norms, clear smoke-free signage, separated areas were permitted, and staff briefings on what to do if veterans ignore signs. For families, stronger KTR rules usually mean fewer ads near school and better compliance in public buildings. Actual impact depends on how Satpol PP schedule checks and how complaints are handled. The committee signal not stricter than PP 28/2024 gets a legal boundary that should reduce disputes later. Well, monitor the hearing schedule and publish dates once per month. Local rules land closest to home. If you have stake held businesses or both, now is the moment to speak up in hearings before the final draft moves. After this segment, I will line up through the regional safety and city projects. Keep watching for updates across Sumatera Utara. After we check the policy debates in Medan, we turn to hard safety update from Central Java. A soldier has died in the cave brawl turned deadly, and the suspect is now in custody. Let's keep this timeline straight, name the actors, and map what happened next, because enforcement has already started with the venue.
The incident happened in Wonosobo, Central Java on Sunday, 14 September 2025, just after midnight when an altercation at Cafe Shaka in Desa Jolontoro, Sapuran, escalated into a fatal machete attack on an army corporal identified as Serda RS of Kodim 0707 Wonosobo. According to Kodam 4 Diponegoro spokesperson, by Monday, 15 September around 11 WIB, police arrested a suspect named Iwan and moved him to Polres Wonosobo for questioning. Officials described him as a repeat offender with prior convictions. On Tuesday, 16 September, local authorities sealed the cafe citing permit violation and operation did not match the licensed business category. Investigators are also examining the role of women detained alongside the suspect during the arrest in Capel. Funeral arrangements for the victim were completed on 14 September. The case now proceeds under the Wonosobo police, with the military stating it deferred investigation to civilian law. Enforcement from Wonosobo. The media publication news team reporting for What's Up Today.
For viewers nearby, expect tighter checks on nightlife venues, especially licensing and more spot inspection where noise and lights have been frequent. Families have asked for the cafe's closure. City enforcement sees a mismatch between permit and actual activity, which is why the seal went up swiftly. In legal terms, police will build the chain of evidence from CCTV, witness statements, and weapons. The revisit note may weigh on detention and sentencing, but the court still needs profit. If you witness the brawl in Desa Jolontoro, Sapuran, reporting times, positions, and any video you recorded can materially help the reconstruction. The arc from arrest verdict takes time, will track charges, federal detention, and whether the skull cafes faces permanent closure or corrective step. Our next update shifts back to Medan, this time a skull elderly home project that's testing contract and permits. Staying in Medan, here's a case where bricks permits and paperwork collide. A faith-based elderly home project in Medan Selayang is on pause. The builders say they're out of pocket, and both design compliance and city approvals are under microscope. Let's walk through the timeline and what's constatable.
The project, an elderly residence and multi-purpose hall on Jalan Bunga Pancur 9, Kelurahan Simpang Selayang, began in November 2023. The contractor states the owner halted works on 11 August 2025 after repeated dispute over consultant drawing that allegedly did not fit the site. Minutes of internal meetings referenced by the contractor suggest revised drawing were promised but not delivered. leading the builder by owner consents to produce alternative. A subsequent check against Medan's KRK reportedly found the design at odds with the approved special use, complicating the issuances of a persetujuan bangunan gedung PBG. As of mid-September, the builder claims hundreds of millions of rupiah in losses and is pressing for settlement while the owner refused next step. No official city sanction has been announced, but permit path, PBG, and PKKPR consistency will decide if. And when the project restart for Medan, the media publikasi team reporting for What's Up Today.
What should viewers take from this? Let's build hints on the three looks string together, correct drawings, permit harmony, PBG or PKKPR or KRK, and clean constructs. If anyone fails, the site bleeds time and cost. For communities near Jalan Bunga Pancur 9, the safest assumption is prolonged pause until permits line up. Heavy machinery shouldn't return without city clearance. For builders, document every instruction change and complaints could shift in writing. For owners, independent reviews of drawings before tender have diffused letter will update once the city planning officer of the congregation issues a formal positions. Public interest is high because the facility serves seniors. Resolution now depends on technical fixes and a payment agreement. After this, we head to the topical court where prosecutors have read out sentencing demand in the PT KAI asset case tied to a well-known Medan family name. Viewers, after this week, we will be back with more exciting news. Stay tuned. Thank you viewers for staying with us What's Up Today. For those of you who have just joined, you can also follow the full program on TV Medan's YouTube channel from permits to the courtroom. The spotlight now falls on PT KAI property dispute the prosecutors say bled state assets. The sentencing demand is out, the number and names are on the record. Here's the breakdown before the judge set a verdict date.
In Medan, on Monday, 15 September 2025, the Kejari Medan prosecution team asked the P-Corp panel to sentence 3 defendants. Johan Effendi Rangkuti, Risma Siahaan, Reborn Tua Siahaan, to 1 year and 6 months each for alleged unlawful control of PT KAI property on Jalan Sutomo No. 11, Kelurahan Perintis, Medan Timur. The written demand includes a 100 million fine per defendants with a 2-month subsidiary confinement if unpaid. Prosecutor further seek uang pengganti from 2 defendants, 13.5 miliar for Johan Effendi Rangkuti and 21.9 miliar for Risma Siahaan, citing state loss calculation, local outlet, and the state news agency report that the indictment tracked anti-corruption provision and joint liability clauses. The defense is expected to deliver pleas before the court schedule a decision. PT KAI earlier recovered physical control over the site, but the replacement money remains in play. From Medan, the media publikasi news team reporting for What's Up Today.
For everyday viewers, 2 terms matter. First, pidana denda, a fixed fine that can convert to short confinement if unpaid. Second, uang pengganti, court order reimbursement paid to alleged state losses. Paying it can reduce additional confinement but doesn't arrest the main sentence. Because physical control of the PT KAI site has reportedly returned to the company, the trial now centers on past enrichment and liability charges. If the panel accepts most of the prosecution matters, any future civil action by PT KAI may narrow to collection and liens. If the court trims amounts, it will likely cite benefit of doubt on valuation. We'll post the verdict date once the clerk lists it. The demand is only step 1, the verdict will set the true baseline. We'll watch for the defense, players, and any restoration negotiation. Next on deck, City Hall is nudging creative workers to lock down their intellectual property useful if you run a brand or studio in Medan. We just left the courtroom now, something more practical for everyday business. Medan's government says protect your brand and grow it. The city has started by awarding IP certificates and inviting more Clearers Fashion F&B studios for register next. This segment keeps in corporate dates, office, and what counts as proof. When you claim a name or logo, after this we'll close today's rundown with service notes you can use this week.
On Saturday night, 13 September 2025, at Car Free Night in Kesawan, Mayor Riko Triputrabayu was handed IP certificate to create entrepreneurs and urgent wider registration, calling trademarks, identity, stories, and value that must be protected, so they aren't copied or dragged into dispute. The event was attended by the North Sumatra Kemenkumham chief, the city secretary, and district heads, signaling that facilitation will continue through city channels and Kanwil Kemenkumham Sumut. The city line is naik tingkat, use formal protection so your brand can move from local to national markets and negotiate financing with clearer collateral. National guidance support that states command paragraph frames IP as key asset for creative economy players, proof of ownership that strengthens market trust and monetization. DJKI's mobile IP clinic models used in prior Medan visit and across Indonesia give on-the-spot consultation, pre-checks, and filling help. The program is designed to lift application quality and speed. For viewers, if you run a small label or studio, start with a simple audit, brand name, logo, and distinct packaging. Check availability, prepare usage evidence, invoices photo of products, social posts, and budget for filling fees. If two parties claim the same or similar mark, documents showing first use and consistent commercial activity will matter. City officials say more facilitation waves are coming. Watch Pemko Medan channel for schedule. From Medan, the Media Publikasi News team reporting for What's Up Today.
Why this matters now? First, competitive market coffee moves fast. A registered mark makes takedowns easier and signals seriousness to marketplaces and banks. Second, export readiness. Many buyers ask for IP status before long-term deals. Third, dispute cost. A basic billing is cheaper than court fight. Practical notes start with trademarks because that's your storefront. Consider copyright for visual and music. And keep contract clear when freelancer design your logo or who owns what. If you are new to the process, combine two routes. One city or Kampil facilitation days for screening your documents and DJKI's online system for tracking status. Fast DJKI clinics in Medan shows that early document checks reduce rejection. The common pitfalls are unclear specimen of use, class selection errors, and unpaid fees. Keep receipts, timestamp, product post, and archive your previous proof. It pays off if someone files, if it looks like tomorrow. Medan wants creators to play bigger and safer. If your brand is already in the mill, don't wait for a dispute, secure the name, the look, and any signature content. Then build from there. Tomorrow's lineup will track a new clinic dates and any free discounts of the city of DJKI's announces. Stay with us from the updates. That wraps up today's edition of What's Up Today. On behalf of our new teams, I am Jessica Pionali Sitorus signing off. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share our program so more people can stay informed. See you in the next broadcast right here on Channel Media Publikasi.